I don't really remember much from back then. I was very young when it happened. We had a pretty good life in Germany. I was a schoolgirl, I went to school. We were comfortable. My uncle told the whole family we had to leave. He said Hitler was bad news. He had been to a Hitler Youth meeting where they'd sung about drinking the blood of the Jews, and he decided that we all had to get out while we could. That was 1936. We stayed longer, until Kristallnacht, and then that was that. I was 13 when I left Leipzig. We came on the Kindertransport. I can't remember much from then, just being on a boat and my father was waiting when we got here. He already had business in London. That's how he helped us escape. The rest of the family was not so lucky. Munya's parents were killed right at the beginning of the war, just pushed up against a wall and shot. She had already been evacuated with her sisters, though. She was living in Holland with her older brother at the time. I don't know why Jacob and Leah stayed. There was nothing for them there. Life after the war was quite normal, really. We went back to school. It was different from before, not like in Leipzig, but we all did well anyway. We didn't really talk about what had happened. I knew it was difficult for my parents, and I don't think they ever really came to terms with it. There was always just this big silence, and we knew not to ask too many questions. The other children at school thought we were very strange. They used to call us names and laugh at our accents. That was okay, though. My parents didn't really want us spending time with them anyway. My uncle lived here for 60 years and still he kept a suitcase packed by the front door until the day he died. I know you think, oh, it could never happen here, but I don't have that view at all. I've learnt those lessons. I know that the security we have here in this country is only skin deep. Everything can change very quickly. We have had a good life, though. Mostly. It's not like it was for our parents. I don't want you to think that it was difficult. Mostly we've been very comfortable. The family went back into business after the war. They were all over. America, France, Britain, Israel. Some of them even went back to Germany. One of my uncles returned to Leipzig to see the place he used to live. He went back to his old house and there were some other people living there. Germans. They told him go away. They didn't want to talk to him. They didn't want anything to do with him. That's what it was like. He settled in Frankfurt for a while, though, manufacturing and exporting fur plates. Musquash was the family speciality. No one else knew as much as we did. My grandfather had been doing it even before the family came to Germany, when they were living in Solothvina and he would have to walk miles and miles just to sell his pellets. He never made much money and it was very dangerous. As a Jew, people knew they could take his money. That's why they moved to Leipzig. Izzy and Zindel, the two oldest brothers, had to support the family and they set up business there. Everyone else followed. Now that's all gone. My father was in the fur trade all his life. My brother didn't want to go into the family business, and now the fur trade is dead. There's nothing doing. The people are stupid here. You know, a cat and they'll go... You see it on the programs, on the television. They go to a cat. When it's half dead, they're trying to get it alive again. They're very sentimental about animals. You know, when my father used to come home from London, he'd say in Germany every Schickser used to have a fox. They were proud to have a fox, to wear it. Here he'd say that nobody would touch it. But when the continental people came over, the fur trade really started coming to its own. The luxury trades came, the handbags from Austria. The Viennese people brought them. You know, they all brought something in. They did a lot of good, really. My father couldn't understand. He came back from London and he said, they don't even produce their own butter here. Then the fur trade died. They started with this putting spray on people and now it's gone. But this is how it goes.